So guys, today I have this incredible coupe, and a lot of people asking me why I keep doing the used cars. That's the perfect example why. So this car used to be brand new 150,000, 155,000 as a base model, and right now, almost 3 years later, this car half of the price. It has 10,000 miles on it, and it's a Polestar 1. Only made 1,500 cars for entire world, and we're gonna see right now how this car survived those 3 years, what's going on with that, and if the quality of the Volvo still remaining the same as a new one 3 years ago, or it's not. Let's see right now. So let's start from the key. This key looks like the Volvo key because it is a Volvo, kinda. So what's interesting about the doors and the handles, when you open it, the handle pops out. So basically you can open the door. When you're locking it, it's gonna go down. Same as somebody else did it back in the days, I would say 2004. If you guys know that brand, it starts from AM. 2 words, just put in the comments below. So it's super interesting car, and there is a lot of cool things. In my opinion, that's the Chevy Volt. Again, you might gonna say, no, it's not the Chevy Volt, it's something else, it's a Volvo Polestar. No, actually this car plug-in, and it has gas engine, Volvo 2.0 turbo. But on the top of that, this car has 620 horsepower, 3 motors, 2 electric motor and 1 gas engine, gas motor, whatever you call it. And to achieve the full capacity of those 620 horsepower, you have to charge the car and you have to fill it out with gas. And only after that you can choose the mode you want to drive. You want to drive on a all-wheel drive. Actually right now it's discharged, but you can still drive it on a all-wheel drive. Or if you want to drive it as a pure, only on the battery, you have to charge it. So right now, like I said, this car is discharged, but it has a lot of power still remaining. If you're gonna take a look on this car from the behind or from the front, you might gonna see it as a Volvo. Which one? You're right, it's a S90. But if you're gonna go inside the car and take a look on the dashboard, all the screens and whatever going on inside, you're gonna say it is a Volvo S90, but it's a coupe. It's a kind of weird car. The people still asking what kind of car is that, because only 1,500 made for everywhere, and it's not gonna be in production again. So they basically cut production in 2022. So for 2 years they made 1,500 cars, they sold them all, and right now it's on the market. So on the back we have a trunk lid, and it's not power lift gate. We have a rear spoiler, and it is automatic. It's gonna go up after 60 miles an hour. On the top of that, you do have that switch. It's not the buttons, it is a switch, so you basically can lift it up or put it down. Let's open the trunk. But what's going on in the market with this car? The market comes as a used car at the auction. They're going for about 75,000-80,000. Maybe you can buy it a little bit cheaper. So right now this car has 10,000 miles. It might gonna go at the auction about 68, 70, maybe even 65. Retail price close to 100, so the car loses its value, I would say, a lot. So this kind of funny bag was designed and made especially for this car to keep your charger away. So you have a hanger and there is kind of clip. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna click it like that and keep it on the spot, so it's not gonna go left or right when you're driving it super fast. And that's it, pretty much. It's no space in the trunk area. You have some tools and the glue for your tire, same as a compressor. So if your tire gonna go low, you can use that glue for temporary fixing to get to the tire shop. And what else? That one, I'm not sure who's using it. I never used that one. I never see somebody using it this in United States. Maybe once or twice in my entire driving experience in the United States. That's it. Let's close the trunk and go over under the hood, see what's going on there. So guys, let's see what's going on under the hood. Under the hood we have 2.0 Volvo turbo engine. Honestly, I hate that engine, because most of the time when you buy the Volvo from the auction and it says this, it has misfire 1, 2, 3, 4, And it's well known for misfire problems, and it's not only the coil or spark plugs, that's more and more deeper. So the hood itself, I think it's a carbon fiber, maybe just plastic. I cannot tell right now. I didn't do research on that, to be honest with you, but I know for a fact if the VIN number starts from L, that's the Chinese assembly. So basically this car being assembled in China. And the cool thing under the hood, what you can see, you can adjust your shocks. You can basically make it as a super soft or super sporty. To reset the factory setting, see owner's manual. That's what you're supposed to do before you do any adjustment. But the suspension, to be honest, it's super tight, because this car is super fast. So let's guys close this hood. We're gonna go around the car. So since this car pretends to be super fast, kind of luxury coupe, it has a nice brake, 6-piston calipers on the front, and it's drilled rotors. It is a nice rims. What we got here, 22 or 23 or 21 inch, those rims and brake system looks so good, and they works great. So the car gonna stop, it doesn't matter what, and doesn't matter what kind of speed you driving. The brakes are great, and design of this coupe so interesting and so nice. It's kind of different, it's not looking like any kind of other brand, I would say so. And I don't think this car gonna hold the value same as a Porsche 911. I don't think it is gonna be incredible, I would say, investment. Only if this car gonna have one owner on the Carfax, gonna have low mileage, not rental history, no accidents on that. That car gonna hold the value for sure, and after 5-10 years, maybe Polestar is gonna be next Tesla, who knows. This car is gonna worth a lot of money, but for now it's already half of the price from the brand new, and looks like not so many people want to buy it. So this car has incredible, beautiful design, and it doesn't look like any of other cars, especially the Volvo. They're not doing the same on the other cars, only on the Polestar 1 they did that, and I'm gonna show it to you, that kind of cool thing with the mirror. Panoramic roof, it's just incredible thing. And those yellow seat belts, they making the design of the interior kind of attracting, kind of cool, and a little bit different. So the seat belts yellow and the brake calipers are yellow. There is nothing else yellow, but it looks cool. Let's open it and see what's going on with that mirror. So look the way the mirror adjusting, basically not just the glass, the whole mirror, the whole housing just moving left and right. That's incredible thing. And I think to make that, they spend a lot of money for design and the production. So I didn't check it myself, but you might know how much this used or new mirror cost. I don't think it's cheap. So be careful if you're gonna buy the car like that, because you might not gonna find the mirror like this. Only 1,500 cars made for the whole world. So since we have the Volvo here, look what's going on the belts. On the belts, on the clicker itself, we have a since 1959. I think that's the time when the Volvo started doing the seat belts, and that's why they put it on this car. But let's go inside and see the condition of this beautiful seat. So 3 years later, not even 3 years, less than 3 years later on, 10,000 miles in the car, look what's going on with the driver's seat. It's not feeling great itself at all. And look at the interior of this car. So the front seats, they made white leather. On the back we have a black leather, and I think because the back seats, they really small tiny seats, the kind of designer of this car been telling from the beginning. So that's 2 seats coupe only, don't try to put yourself on the back. And that's why I think one of the idea was kind of divided, so you're gonna bring the whole attention on the front seat. So basically only 2 passengers in this car, only 1 passenger and 1 driver. That's it. So if you guys tall enough, you're not gonna be able to sit on the back of this car because the space simply not enough. So it's not made for adult passengers on the back, probably made for kids or I don't know for what. And there is no easy entry. So basically there is no handle to move the seat. It's gonna damage me. So you have to power seat it all the way to the front, and the back part you have to do it by pushing the button. So you cannot just flip it like a regular seat, you have to do this. So that's my first and last time sitting in this beautiful Polestar 1 on the back seat. Let's go. Let's get. So I would say this leather, it's such a like sensitive, maybe Lexus style. Volvo actually, it's going on kind of the same stuff. So 10,000 miles later, you have to replace those pieces or at least paint it. But new paint, it's not gonna save you for a long period of time. It might gonna be good enough for, I would say, couple months, maybe 6 months, but usually that's not enough for even 1 week. So it's gonna peel off again. So what are you gonna find inside this beautiful Polestar 1? I would say beautiful, all the cars are beautiful. So that's actually the push start button, but it's a switch button, start stop engine. And after you start the car, so it's basically going as electric. The battery holds enough power to power up the car and the climate control, all that kind of stuff. Even this car is discharged right now. As soon as I'm gonna start driving it, the gas engine gonna kick in and I'm gonna drive it as a hybrid car. Basically this transmission selector, it's kind of made of glass and it looks cool, but if you're gonna check the Volvo S90, it has exactly the same switch. So navigation system, the main screen made same as on the Volvo, the cluster, steering wheel. The only different, we have a Polestar logo right here, right there, and somewhere else. So the other cool things in this car, that's a sound system number 1 and panoramic roof, that's number 2, but you cannot open it. So it's kind of useless, but you can see a lot of things what's going on under you if you really need it. So let's go over the cool things about this Polestar. We have a Distronic Plus line keeper, we have that speaker, it actually looks like Porsche Chrono Pack. And I found the cool thing, so this volume adjuster, I can do like this, and that kind of crazy annoying sound, that's what probably I'm gonna do when I'm stuck in the traffic. Hey! So guys, besides that cool climate control, actually Volvo climate control, what interesting I found, I drove that car only once, S90. I'm not sure if it's the same location for the backup camera or not, but that's cool. So when I'm going to reverse, and that's a backup camera, see how low it's located, and actually it's kind of much more helpful, I would say, for me as a driver, because I can see where is the curb, so I'm not gonna hit my bumper. Why? A lot of car production, a lot of factories or whatever, they designing the camera all the way up in the trunk. They're not doing the same as this Polestar, somewhere closer to the bottom. So I can see what's going on, because this car, it's super low, so you have to watch the bumpers, otherwise you're gonna crack the front or back, doesn't matter, and it might gonna cost you a lot of money if you cannot fix the existing one, because it's only 1,500 cars made. Let's go for a drive and see how it feels. I mean, this car entirely feels like sport coupe. But I'm not gonna do the crazy kind of stuff, performance, and check it out, but I'm gonna show it to you drive mode. That's actually the way we can drive it. So we got all-wheel drive mode, we got the hybrid, everyday use, we got the power, sporty driving, and we have a pure, not possible to select due to the low battery. So the battery we have discharged, and right now this car, it shows me all-wheel drive on the cluster, and the engine sound like a regular Volvo 2.0. I think it's already knocking, but I might be mistaken. The good point, nobody paying me to do the review, so I can tell and show whatever I want. So at the end, what I want to say, this car looks amazing outside, inside. There is a lot of cool things, but I'm not sure. And I think, in my opinion, this car not worth 150,000 as a new, and it's definitely not worth 100 or 110,000 right now as a used. Like I say, if you want to buy the one with low mileage for cheap, and you can put it on the side, not use it, don't put miles on it, just keep it on the side. In the next 5-10 years, this car is gonna be not skyrocketing, but for sure it's gonna appreciate the value, because the rest of those 1500 cars, I think maybe 300-400 cars already gone, and more gonna be going out. So there is a pretty good chance of keeping this car and make some money over the years. Other than that, the choice is always yours to buy it or not. I would not.